Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This episode 9 of the second season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. And if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the description below. Just click on the link, put the password in, and enjoy. So, you know, last episode we had one main talking point, and that is the potential death of Finn. It was unexpected, but, you know, they only had one request, and that was literally, if you want peace between the Grounders and obviously the Ark, then you have to hand over the person that slaughtered 18 of our people, and that's what Finn done. You know, regardless of his intentions and the reason why he was doing it, he killed 18 of them, and they asked for one person in return. They said that once this obviously handover and the death of Finn takes place, then both camps can combine. You know, they can work together, they can go after their people in Mount Weather, and obviously can work as a team. Now, all episode, they was reluctant to hand him over, and he wasn't totally willing to go and, you know, hold his hands up and drop himself off himself, which obviously I can't really hate him for that. He knows that he'd be pretty much walking into death. So they was all trying to figure out plans all episode, and, you know, Abby was even willing to go to war with everybody. You know, her and Jaha, they was arguing. He was saying that we need to retreat. We've been given this timeline, do you know what I mean? We need to, you know, kind of live for another day. We need to take our people, we need to move away. Then we can, you know, we can rest up, we can train, we can get stronger, we can come back. We're not saying disappear forever, but what we're saying is right now, this is their land, this is their place, they know everything, they've got more people than us, they'll come and attack us, we will lose, we need to step back. Abby was saying, no, we need to fight. This is, you know, where we stand our ground. This is where we show, you know, who we are. So two different opinions. I was on Jaha's side most of the time until obviously Clark decided that she was going to obviously go and speak with, you know, with the Grounders, and this deal was proposed. Then I was thinking, do you know what? It's probably the best thing that they can do is hand him over. I know it's ruthless and you don't want to give over somebody that you love. But the fact is, yeah, Jaha was saying, we sent 100 people down from the Ark to die on the ground. Now, what's the difference between sending 100 people to the ground and sending one person to the Grounders? We're still doing it to save the masses of our people. I thought that was a good counter, where obviously Abby was saying, well, that was a different Chancellor. Do you know what I mean? We'll go by different rules now, even though they sat and done a vote. You know, last time it wasn't just one person's decision. But, you know, at the end of the episode, he did actually stand up and he was like, look, you know, I don't want more people dying because of me. He handed himself over, and obviously he was taken by the Grounders. They tied him up. They was going to, well, Lincoln was saying, basically, he killed 18 people. He's going to suffer 18 deaths. He's never really seen anybody get to the part where the commander kills them with the sword. They're usually dead before that. And Clark obviously wanted to do like one last plea, so to speak. She wanted to go down there and speak with the, you know, with the commander and see if she could talk her out of it. Ask for mercy, even though Lincoln said she can't give mercy. She gives mercy, then she will look weak. She will be killed herself. And what is the point in the meaning of life if taking the life doesn't have a consequence? He said something like that. I thought it was really good, actually. I liked it. And obviously Clark went down there. She took a little knife that Raven gave her. She asked, you know, can you forgive him? He was like, no. She said, can I say one final goodbye? He was like, yes. And Clark actually went over, and it looks like she's killed Finn herself, which is interesting. She told him she loved him. She gave him a kiss. She stabbed him. His head like leant on her shoulder. And then when she turned around, she had blood on her, and obviously a big wound in himself. And Raven was screaming. So very, very interesting. I don't want him to die. I actually don't want him to die. I don't know about you guys, but before I was doing these reaction videos, as soon as something happened, mate, I was on the internet, I was checking. I can't wait. I'm literally such an impatient person. But it kills me ever since starting. It absolutely kills me not searching for information so I can do a reaction and actually get a true, you know, react out of it and give an honest first time viewing. And I actually want him to stay alive, and I hope he is alive. So that's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. I'm assuming she's left the Grounders now.
They would have told you if I had to. I had to.
She made a big play, Clark. I don't blame her.
Blood has answered blood. Some on my side say that's not enough. The body will be given to the people of Tondisi. Murderer and murdered joined by fire.
My village deserves justice.
You don't want justice. You want vengeance. We'll do it. But when it's over, we talk about how to get our people out of Mount Weather. If this truce doesn't hold,
They wasted.
for nothing.
Exactly. She's only one thinking really logically. I actually think she's had a good season, man.
They're being led by a child.
You said that about Clark, and look at her. She's your biggest warrior.
So are we.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
They need to take him.
Like hell they do. Get off.
Give us a minute, please. We're taking him back to the village where the massacre took place. There's a death ritual.
I mean, you can't be mad at her. She's obviously upset. You just got to take it. Everybody's going to deal with it different, aren't they? This is a big shock to me, this, but... No, it's not. It's fucking a lie. Is it what? Is she seeing it? What's going on here? I reckon she's getting visions already.
Keep looking. Whatever happened to Harper, someone must have seen something. There has to be rooms we don't know about.
That leads to an antenna on the ground. If we can access the radio, we can send a message over the arc-wide channel. Also need to steal some copper wire, the guard schedules, and a walkie-talkie, and a big-ass hammer.
You're smart him, though.
You still think this truce is a bad idea, don't you?
I think we're wasting time with politics while our friends are in trouble. Clark, if you can make it out, I can make it in.
Oh.
Like you don't tell Iopote. I gotta hook up stay feet.
Maybe not take a so con grau.
Got Amelia Clark here and Jason Momoa.
Said at 0600 this morning, they withdrew into these woods here. But under this commander, they do make alliances.
Nothing is gonna stop us from getting to the ground.
Jason, do you know, he just said that he could put something into place to impact their alliance, so to speak. But what is it? The only thing they could do is have an informant within their camps, you know what I mean? So, like, they could have either tapped into a grounder in the past and he's their spy, do you know what I mean? And then he could be the one that causes the destruction, like, within. Or what? Like, I don't understand how else they could do it unless they throw a grounder out and they throw somebody from, you know, the arc out, and it's pretty much like whoever lives, you know what I mean, fight to the death. And then you've got these here, then they'll be arguing, you know, I want mine to live, I want mine to live. That'll be interesting. But I've got to say, Clark's pretty decent, you know. I didn't mention it last episode, but what she done is saved him a lot of pain. She was willing to put herself in pain to save him, relieve it. Do you know what I mean? What's worse? Again, yeah, I'm going to say, if a loved one, say your mum, your dad, right, was literally strapped to a cross and you knew factually he was never getting out of that. If you, like, literally he was never getting out of it. Never, never. And you knew your mum was going to die, yeah? What would you rather do? Who gets stabbed 500 times or whatever, or you do the one stab and kill her? Do you know what I mean? Like, I would do the killing. I would rather put myself through that bit of pain and end the suffering instantly than let him be tortured and screaming and going through it. So I think Clark's done really good. And again, I'll say it consistently, but Abby annoys me how she references that they're all kids and they don't know what they're doing. And she said it about Clark for ages, and then, you know, I can't remember who turned around and said, mate, she's not a kid anymore. She's literally a fighter. She's a warrior. Look at her, what she's like on the ground. And then she said it again about the commander, the person that's leading a 2,000 strong grounder army. She's just a kid. You know what I mean? Like, she has no clue compared to them.
It's safer on our side.
We need to trust them, Bellamy. There are no more sides.
We need to talk about Ja.
Maybe I should shock lash him.
Clark's a survivor. She'll get through this too.
Matrona?
Traitor. You think the Reaper's still inside?
You're not that monster.
I hope you're right.
Yo, it would be well scary, that. It would honestly be scary.
Weapons.
They could have one in the boot. An ankle one.
Reaper no go take in here.
Stop him, please. They'll blame us for this too.
Kick around. The Sky People march with us now. Anyone who tries to stop that will pay with their life.
The communication lines are behind this wall.
Things are going to turn on. Alarm.
Friend, do me a favor. Clark.
Yo, I reckon Clark's going to end up being the leader of them all, me. She's going to attack at some point.
You gon' play stay on.
Look at her. She's already knowing it. Look, they're all confused, like, what the hell?
I've set it up to play our SOS on a loop over the arc-wide channel. I've heard this on the black box of the Exodus ship right before it crashed. They crashed the Exodus ship.
Her name was Kostia. She was captured by the Ice Nation, whose queen believed she knew my secret. They tortured her, cut off her head. I thought I'd never get over the pain, but I did. By recognizing it for what it is, weakness. The dead are gone. The living are hungry.
I've got to counter that what she's saying though. You know, it's like in the Vampire Diaries when you turn that humanity switch off. Nah. It never goes well, does it, mate? Literally, people with no emotions are unpredictable. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll do anything, and they don't care about the consequences of it. And I actually think that also, if you have some sort of emotions, if you keep them turned on, and you actually do care and love people, then first of all, you're fighting in people's memory. You know what I mean? You're fighting to avenge them. You're fighting for them. You know what I mean? And they're there to motivate you. You know, you remember what they was in the past, and you're like your dad or your mum or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and they're going to give you that extra little bit of strength. You know, say like if you're in a fight now and you've got a wife and kids or something, and you're getting beat up, you'll get that extra bit of strength. You might not win, but what I'm saying is, like, if they was kidnapped or captured, you're going to be fighting so much more stronger. You're going to be way more determined than you would if you was just fighting a general person. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if the Reapers or the Grounders took your friends and family, you're going to be extra motivated, and you're going to be more determined, and you're going to be doing it because you love them and you've got something to fight for, and you're going to be much harder and stronger and willing to take more pain than you would if you was just fighting yourself when the one-on-one guy that would. So, I mean, I do think that sometimes you do have to turn it off. You know, you have to look at it that Finn had to get handed over, and, you know, he had to pay for what he done. Now, obviously, in terms of, like, him dying, it's gonna absolutely rip you up inside. But, like, again, you know, moving forward, you could take his memory and his honour and, you know, your feelings towards him, and let him motivate you to never happen again. Do you know what I mean? So it could work both ways.
Accept this gift, Commander. Drink this at special occasions. I believe this qualifies.
Let us drink together.
Clark's got to have the first sip, innit? Got to test it.
Allow me.
Oh, he took the first taste.
To those we've lost, and to those we shall soon find.
Oh, is he chatting or what?
Tell me something, Clark. When you plunged the knife into the heart of the boy you loved, did you not wish that it was mine?
Indra, adopt.
He is the sky people.
The guard's coming. We have to go. Cover the hole. What are we gonna do?
They need to start making out. Yeah.
Don't let me put you kids in here again.
Yes, Jasper.
If you tried to poison her, I need to know.
You're the only murderer here.
Leave me alone.
See, right, who could it have been? Because if the vodka was sabotaged, I don't even know what it is that they found. Like, I can't even guess. I suspect the drink was spiked, but, like, who knew that drink was going to get passed to them? I would say only Kane did, but I don't believe Kane's done it. So I think that whatever's happened to him's happened to him not by the drink. But I don't know. I could be daft, but it's interesting. I'm not too sure, actually, you know, what it is that was found on Raven.
Listen to me, Clark. I know how you feel. Like the pain will never go away. Lex is wrong. You won't be haunted by this forever. You're talking about Dad? What I did to Finn was nothing like what you did to him. Do this now, Clark. I was protecting everyone. I didn't have a choice.
Did they find the radio? No. Where's Monty? I thought he was with you.
He's gone to the command center himself.
Again? We were hosed down yesterday.
Routine follow-up.
She thinks we tried to kill her.
We know we didn't. So let's figure out who did.
Wait, what are you doing?
She didn't poison anyone.
I argued for all of you to die, but the commander is merciful.
Stop. Let her go.
I take no joy in this, Raven. Justice will be done.
What's Finn doing there again? What's he want? It was the cup that was poisoned. She's gonna drink straight out of it.
One of your people tried to kill you, Lexa. Not one of mine.
Yo, she's cut up well.
It was you.
They think out. Because
God, that's good.
This alliance would cost you your life, Hedda. I could not let that happen.
Jamming signal deactivated.
All clear, gentlemen.
Yeah, I just run me. I absolutely sprint.
Forgot to log it.
I just do 1576. I just run off me.
All clear. Your entry says something else.
He was stupid, Monty. Should have ran instantly. Exactly. Now look how she saved his life. Technically, well, she didn't save it, but you know what I mean. Had to be done, didn't it? You have to show these consequences. To be honest, she's quite right there. To be honest, they float people, these kill them.
What is it?
Listen to this.
Wait.
It's repeating.
We need to do this now. We've got the Alliance. Now is the time to use it.
Without someone on the inside to lower their defenses, turn off the acid fog, an army's useless. My map of Mount Wither. Find a way to get on that radio and talk to us.
I need to face what I've done. I need it here, and you know our ways. Without that, this alliance will fail.
Love is weakness.
I've already counted that. I've already tried to counter you there.
They're ashes from the fire. I thought you could scatter them somewhere. Might help you say goodbye.
I've just said goodbye.
I already said goodbye.
Innit? I'd take them and smash them on the floor. Wonder what she thinks of two children going in talking about war attacks. Oh, Harper's there. He's not fully dead yet.
27. They built one for each of us.
Interesting, that, innit? I'll tell you what, for a place that's not got, you know, a lot of access to the outside, they've got a lot of metal to create a lot of cages, and they've miraculously found like an unlimited amount of padlocks, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? But, you know, he was a bit daft in Monty. When he come out of that room, right, he done it decent. As soon as they was not in that corridor, you would be absolutely Usain Bolt sprinting out of there, wouldn't you? As soon as he opened the doors to speak to me, I would have been gone anyway. Literally, I would have ignored him. I mean, gone. Absolutely running. So, it's interesting. He's obviously been caught. He's locked up in a cage. He's not actually dead, which is quite a positive, to be honest, because the doctor that was talking last episode was pretty much saying that anybody that... you know, is captured would be well, any of these 47 pretty much would die, you know what I mean? If they was to utilize them to use the bone marrow onto their people, then every one of these would be sacrificed. But then she's still alive now. Obviously she's in a bad way, and it's not really living, is it, being locked up in a cage and pretty much being on your last legs, but she's not dead yet. Now, again, I thought this was a good episode. You know, at the start, we seen Abby, didn't we, saying about, you know, the commander, she's just a child. I wonder what her opinion is of the commander and the clerk, you know, at the end of the episode, meeting up together to talk about strategic attacks and how they proceed forward, you know, attacking Mount Weather. She's probably going to be fuming that two children are in charge over her. I think it's really, really good, to be honest. I think the commander, LEXA, has been a good introduction. I feel like she is not a person that quivers when a tough decision actually has to happen. And this is what I like, because how many times could she kind of keel over and go back on her first decision and listen to her people and the protests and like her loved one there, you know, who ended up getting killed. Like, there was so many times that she could actually backtrack on something that she said, and she's actually stood by lots of her decisions, and she's even welcomed the 100 in the Sky people, and even to at her camps discussed, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't want that to happen. She's like, we're here, we're together, you know, anybody that attacks them is kind of like attacking us. The let's Clark burn the bodies, she actually said, your fight is now over. She's learning the lingo, and I don't know, I really respect the commander, LEXA, and I've got to be honest, right, Indra, that's her name there, the one with the tattoos on her face, I keep thinking that she is the baddie, the the one that's gonna turn on them. I feel like she's the one that's gonna go rogue. I thought she was the one that poisoned the thing. And I've got to say, I'll right now apologise to you, Indra, because for some reason I built up my little agenda that you're the baddie, and all you've actually done is just been angry at the Sky people for massacring your people. So right now I'll say sorry. You know, later on down the season, you're probably going to do something to make me think that again, but right now, you know, I did accuse you, and I thought it was actually quite good actually that it was somebody else. And Clark done the best play is to go out and actually drink the drink in it. She was saying, look, I'm fine, we clearly didn't do it, we didn't know that you was going to do it and you was going to pass it in. And again, you know, she's been seeing Finn all episode. I thought that was interesting. He actually is dead, which I actually didn't expect. I know we seen him get stabbed last season, but I don't know, man. I just think that it's just a big death, a big character, main cast, midway through the season, unexpectedly, in my opinion. I thought Dingy was going to go as well today, Raven, so you know, they're doing well and keeping me on the edge. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I was just saying there, I know like it's obviously naive of me to think, oh, Finn might actually be alive after we seen him in the state at the last episode, and like I was just saying there, but you know, I've seen many of these shows. I know that most of the shows actually that we have watched for the longevity have been supernatural. So obviously it's been Teen Wolf and the originals and the Vampire Diaries. And like when people die, they're not dead. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you see someone, you think they're full on gone, and then they're back. Something can happen. And I thought, you know, that yeah, he was stabbed and he fell down and closed his eyes, so to speak. But I didn't know if that was just going to be something where he's lost a bit of, you know, like he's lost a bit of his blood, and he's suffering and he is passing out and he is on his way to die. But I thought that they might actually say, look mate, you know, the fact that he was willing to do that was good enough. The fact that you was going to end his life and actually went through with stabbing him, we'll accept that. And then I thought he was going to help him, but no mate, fully confirmed he's been burned today. It's mad. And I have to admit, yeah, Raven's been mad at Clark all episode, and he's changed at the very end after witnessing something. And I can't actually blame Raven at the time for being mad at Clark, because obviously she's just witnessed her kill him. But I actually said, I think early on at the start of the episode, I didn't say it last video, but Clark actually saved him a lot of pain, and she put him out of his misery pretty much. You know, we've seen this guy get absolutely cut by all of his camp, and you know, he didn't suffer as much as Finn would. Finn was going to suffer 18 deaths, the pain of that. So God knows what he would have been going through, considering like he's been slit up so many times. And then obviously the LEXA's come in, stabbed him, mate. She looked really good. I actually like a whole appearance of the character. I know I've said it loads of times, but when somebody gets introduced, they have to make a good statement, and they have to feel like they're important and feel like they have some sort of impact in a show. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't bring a character in and then they not have some sort of like oomph about them, if that makes sense. And I feel like she's done that perfectly, and I'm really enjoying like everything that's happening with them. And like I said, I thought Clark has stepped up big time this season. You know, last season, she annoyed me a little bit here and there, I'm not going to lie, but I feel like she's really done really well. I feel like she's making decisions that are really tough but have to be made. I feel like the wisest one was to kill Finn, because obviously you're going to end his suffering much quicker than leaving him there to bleed out and die by obviously everybody else attacking him. I feel like the way she's trying to approach and attack Mount Weather is smart. You know, at the start of the season, she was stressing me out, and you know, I've got to be honest, but this is the whole thing where I say that I have no hatred towards a character and like somebody's decisions. I take each episode as they go, and you know, if you used to ask me after 2 episodes who was my most annoying character of the season, it would most definitely have been Clark. It really would have. Now, if you look at, you know, who's been the best character and the most interesting one, like, she's got to be up there in the top 3 so far. You know, she's had a really good season. Now, thinking about it, I know Murphy's in it, but he's not really in it loads, is there? I thought like we might utilise him a bit more, because he is well, last season he was a person willing to do a lot of stuff, wasn't there? You know what I mean? And then this season, he's just been part of the recurring cast. To be honest, I have no problem with that. I'm glad that he's actually in the show. You know, I think we do need them. I say it all the time that I like to utilise the wider spread of the cast. Jasper, Monte, you know, they're getting used now. Miller, he's getting used. Maya. And the grounders are heavily being focused in. Last season, not so much. They was mentioned. We've seen them. They wasn't really used. Now they're in every episode. They're a big part, and I'm really interested in them. I've got to say, I thought it was really clever, obviously, from Monte for managing to obviously like wire it up and get the broadcasting out. I think the one error that I've got to say that they actually made is that Jasper said his name on the radio, because now when Mount Weather actually hear it, they're going to know that there's a plan, obviously, for them to escape. They're going to know that Jasper is the person that's done it, and they're going to kind of put 2 and 2 together that more people are working with them. If it was like anonymous, you know, you could say, hi, I'm from Mecha Station. We're here in Mount Weather, come get us, or something. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to name drop. And once you name drop, they instantly know it's you. When you get caught, you are caught. You're next in the cage. And I actually like how he used the advantage or the time that he had to actually just go in for his kiss. You know, if it didn't go well, he could say, oh, I was only doing it for a distraction. If it went well, then it goes well, and it looks like it has done. And again, I think Maya's been a good recurring introduction character to the show. She's made a bit of an impact. You know, she's come in, she's nearly died, she's been saved, she's helped these, she's, you know, working now against her own people, just being utilised really, really well. So I'm excited to see, obviously, how it goes now. We're going to get Bellamy, who's actually volunteered to actually go inside and be the little mole and infiltrate them, and obviously try and help everybody escape / help everybody get inside to take down Mount Weather. So it's going to be really good. I like the plan. I think it's clever. Can't wait to find out how it goes. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.